Hey! Welcome to Game Talking. It's me, Scott. And I've got Derek and Bob here. How are you guys?
Good. How are you guys?
I've been better. How about you?
Great.
Good. Derek, how about you?
I'm fantastic, guys. Can we pick up the pace? Not be so weird.
No, I'm not trying to be weird. I'm trying to be not as crazy. I'm bringing it in on a slower pace to try and keep everything calm, cool, and collected. You ever hear people say calm, cool, and collective?
No.
I have,
No.
and it's irritating. And when people say, like, common phrases weird, sometimes I'm like, why do you say it that way? I wonder where they learned that from.
It's all based on where they live, I bet.
All intensive purposes, that's another one people do.
I think it's they pick up these phrases, not really thinking about the words. They just hear it.
Yeah.
And they assume it's something else. Should, the like should have would be, they do the little abbreviation should have.
Yeah.
And then people hear that and they're not thinking should have, they just think should have. And so when they write it out, it's should of.
Yes.
Like, OF.
Yeah.
I'm like, you should have gone to school.
I don't even know if they teach you that stuff in school anymore. That's part of the problem. You get away with a lot more in school these days. All right. So we're back on the program, and here's the deal. We made some picks for football. We're going to talk about football again. So if you hate football, you're going to hate this show. But we talked about football picks, and Bob, you have all the picks. You know what we did, right? Or should I look them up?
Yeah, I'm pulling them up right now on our Facebook page.
It was actually fun. I thought it was fun that we made those picks. It made the games more interesting to me. I did feel let's just get this out of the way. I felt really, really bad for Bob. Really bad.
Because I went 1-4?
No, I'm talking about you would go 1-3.
Or 1-3?
I felt really bad because of the Chicago Bears. And the thing that killed me was I was like, I can't believe it's coming down to this guy kicking at the end.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. The Bears didn't play well overall. The offense couldn't get anything going. We didn't get a running game going. Cody Parkey got iced on his first kick, which he made.
Yeah.
Went for his second one, and the ball was tipped away. And it hit the upright and bounced back.
So have you watched
that was it.
Have you watched the video? I never saw the video of it being tipped. I saw that it was called a tip, but did you see it?
Oh yeah, it was clearly tipped. There was no doubt about it. I still think we need a new kicker, but because he was not good over the season, he missed 11 kicks this year.
Did he do 4 or 5 against the Lions?
But he didn't lose the game.
No, he
didn't lose the game that day. In fact, he made more points than anybody.
Yeah.
On the Chicago Bears team that day. I mean, sure, however you feel, Bob. If y'all need a new one, but he didn't let the team down, even though he was after the game at the press conference. He basically was like, it was on me, guy. He took responsibility for it. He didn't shy away. But later, I don't know why they didn't look at it closer during the game. But you can see on the video the guy from the Eagles, it just football
got
hits
his fingers.
His fingers are all flappy dappy.
Yeah.
After hitting that football, and
they totally missed that on the actual live broadcast. They never even talked about it.
Oh yeah, they never discussed it at all. They just assumed that he totally missed it. But no, I mean, excuse me, it was tipped, and obviously it didn't go the way as planned. So
the other thing I read about him though is they can't cut him because he'll have all this, doesn't he have $5 million worth of dead cap space or something like that? Yeah.
I mean, they're still going to wind up cutting him.
You think they will?
No, 100%.
There were people I read, I read a couple of stories of people on Twitter and stuff saying he should go kill himself and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, seriously?
Well, you
it's
get that
one
with
kick, you jackasses.
You get that with every sport and everything like that. It's just people are stupid like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just trolls doing what they do.
And
so,
he stuck around right after the game was over. He went to center field, half field, and knelt down and prayed with all these other guys. And I was just like, man, I mean, you got to give it to the guy. He just totally lost, like, the Bears' first playoff game in forever. That was like people actually believed, the Bears had what it took. And
it's going to be tough next year. We just lost our defensive coordinator to the Denver Broncos, Vic Fangio. So for the Bears to go 12-4 next year and have the number one defense, it's not going to happen. So who knows where we'll be? But fingers crossed they'll do well. So, but yeah, I mean, out of all these games, Colts at Houston. Colts won. Scott was the one that got it right on that one. Seattle at Dallas.
I missed that.
Derek won that one. Called Dallas. They wound up doing it. Let's see. Chargers at the Ravens. Chargers
I said Ravens,
went on.
Didn't I?
Yep, both of you said Ravens. So that was my
that.
one. That
you
was
got
my
the Chargers.
One.
Yep.
And then obviously Philly at Chicago.
I was the only one that picked Philly.
Well, how did our scores? Because how did we? Our prediction? Because we scored predictions. What was the final?
We were.
What was
off.
like the actual score?
We were off.
Yeah, Derek, you were really close in that Dallas game. You said Dallas would win 30-20. They wound up winning 24-22. That was pretty close.
Yep.
Let's see.
I don't think I was close on any of them. Because I thought there was going to be big scores, and they didn't.
Well, we all did. So none of us were close on the Colts and Houston. Basically, it was like we were all in the upper 30s and mid 20s, and it wound up being
21-7. Yeah.
21-7. So we were way off on that one. Like I said, the Seattle and Dallas game, Derek was really close on that. Chargers and Ravens, another game where we assumed that there was going to be a lot more points scored.
Yeah.
But we weren't close. Scott had the score pretty close, 24-17, and it wound up being 23-17, but he picked the Ravens instead of the Chargers.
Boo.
So little off on that one. What
was my pick on that?
You said Ravens 28-27.
Yeah, you had it really close. I was watching that Ravens game. I kind of got all excited about the first two games, I think, because they were exciting. And then I did like the Bears game. I was really pulling for the Bears because of Bob, obviously. I really wanted them to win. I felt so bad. Anyway, that Ravens game, though, I was kind of forwarding through it, and I got close to the end, and I thought the Ravens had a chance for a second there, and then the quarterback, I mean, he fumbled the ball so many times. It was so sad. And they were the weirdest. Like, they weren't like somebody came up and like pounded the ball out of his hand. He just would lose the ball so easy. It was so sad. And that just tells me, again, Joe Flacco's basically done. Like, he's never going to be the quarterback of the Ravens again. I mean, he won them a Super Bowl, and he's basically done. They've moved on from him. It's over.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, let me just finalize this Philly Chicago thing. Scott, You were very close with the score. You said Philly 16-15, or actually it was Philly 16-15. Your actual prediction was 16-14, so you were off by 1 point.
Wow, I didn't know I was close.
In that game. Yep.
I think my prediction was 10-15, and it was actually that during the game. That was the actual score for quite a while.
Derek was very excited.
And until, Philly came back.
Yeah. Again,
Well,
the Eagles, dude. Nick Foles. What the heck?
I don't know.
That's another team that you're just like, what are they going to do? I mean, they got to keep Carson Wentz, don't they?
I think it depends on how they do maybe this week.
Okay.
If they go to New Orleans and beat the Saints, They kind of have to keep Nick Foles around, don't you think?
Probably. Probably. By the way, if you're listening to this right now, these games have already happened. So we're going to give you our predictions on these games, but they've already happened. Unfortunately, I don't know. I don't think there's any way that we can do it right now. Well, we'll have a week in between for the Super Bowl, so we'll be able to predict the Super Bowl before. Last year we did before the Super Bowl, we did a live show, which was fun. I enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
it was
forgot
fun.
about that.
Okay, so here's the deal. I will say this, Derek. I wanted Seattle to beat Dallas so bad, and I don't know how Dallas keeps pulling off these wins because I think they suck. I don't know why, but I just think they're not a good team, and they keep winning these games, and I'm like, how are they winning these games?
They have a better defense than they appear to have.
Is that what it is?
Seattle had the number one running game.
I know.
The entire season. They had the best rushing attack, more rushing yards than any other team, and they were held to under 100 total rushing yards. I think it was like 73 rushing yards for that whole game.
I would fire. What? If I was Pete Carroll, I would have immediately after that game fired the offensive coordinator because they kept trying to run the ball the whole entire game. And when they finally knew, hey, we have no shot at all, they let Russell Wilson throw the ball, and they got close to coming back. What was the official score? I forget what was the final score on that one.
24-22.
Dude, they could have beat Dallas if their stupid offensive coordinator hadn't tried to run the ball the whole entire game. Total idiot. I think it's a Shanahan. I think he's a Shanahan. Is that right?
I still think you're trying to say that Dallas didn't really earn the win. Dallas didn't really, they just didn't lose it.
They won. They won.
You were like, no, Seattle blew it though. But that's kind of what you're saying. That's what you're trying to say. Dude.
I'm saying,
you're trying to say the Cowboys aren't that good, and that they've kind of lucked their way.
Dak Prescott's not good. He's not a good quarterback.
I think he's good. I don't think he's great, but he's good. Yes.
Okay. Bob, what do you think about that game? Did you watch that game? I don't think you did.
No, I didn't watch that game. I just kept up with it.
What do you think of Dak?
I think he's a good quarterback, but not a great quarterback. Well, he's better than a heck of a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL.
If you could have Dak instead of Trubisky, would you do it?
I'd stick with Trubisky.
See, there you go.
But that's nothing against Dak. I just think Trubisky's.
You don't want Dak.
No, I just think that with Nagy and the system that we're running, and him being really young and being a running quarterback, I just rather stick with him because that's what's winning right now.
Okay. Maybe I just don't like the Cowboys because of Jerry Jones. Maybe that's what it is.
I don't know, but
hey, he bought a huge yacht, but that's none of your business. It's got 2 helipads on it.
That yacht is hella cool, as the kids say.
Dak has made some key plays. He made some key plays. He had like a 3rd and 14 play where he ran and practically helicoptered into the end zone.
Yeah.
There was a lot of good stuff. He shouldered a lot of the burden. So I think he did well.
Okay. All right.
He's probably a little overrated by, Cowboy Nation standards. I'm not one of the big, how about them Cowboys? I'm not one of those. I'm a casual Cowboy fan.
I was going to say, I can't see you getting that excited about a football game.
I don't own a jersey yet, but I'm a casual Cowboy fan. I take joy in their victories.
How sad was John?
When he was disappointed.
Okay.
He was borderline triggered. But
all right, let's talk about the next games coming up. So let's talk about your Cowboys going down to New Orleans to play the Saints.
They're not going to New Orleans.
They're not.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right. Where are they going?
Going to LA.
Oh, dang it. I was wrong. It's the Philadelphia Eagles are going to the Saints. See, I'm so stupid. I blew it. I thought I was going to be all slick, and I blew it. All right, Bob, you announce the games because I totally messed it up.
All right, we're gonna start with the Saturday games, which are Indianapolis Colts at Kansas City.
Okay.
I'm picking Indianapolis. I was really big on Kansas City, but it seems like right now Indianapolis has a lot of momentum, and I think they're playing pretty good. So I'm just sticking with them. 28-26 victory.
Okay. And Derek, what you got?
I hate to pick against. I mean, I understand the Colts have been on this crazy run, and I think the Chargers are gonna like pick up the slack that they've been. I know they've been kind of slacking. Sorry, the Chiefs.
Okay,
the
go
Chefs.
Ahead. Yeah,
I'll start with this. They all start with a C. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
The Chefs. I think they're going to step up, and I think they're going to hold off the Colts.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be the Chiefs win this game 42-41.
42-41. Holy smokes.
The over-under on this game is 57.
What?
Kansas City is a -5 favorite.
Okay. I'm going with the Colts.
Okay.
I'm picking the Colts also. I like them. I think they got something going. I think the game is going to be closer to Bob's score. I'm going to go 28 for the Colts, and I'm going to say 24 for the Chiefs.
Well, the Chiefs are going to win because I picked the Colts, so that's perfect.
Well, we'll see. Maybe you're going to be on. Maybe I'm going to give you some magic. Okay, what's the next game on Saturday?
Next game, Dallas at the Rams.
Boy.
Over under is 49.5. Rams are favored by 7 points.
Okay, Derek, who you got?
Well, look, I'm not going to pick against the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay,
that's not what I want to be. That's not what I'm about.
Okay, what's the score?
It's going to be Cowboys 31-28.
31-28. Ooh.
Very traditional score there.
I'm going with the Rams, and this one is going to expose the Cowboys for the joke that they are.
They're in the divisional round of the playoffs.
Wow.
It's going to be. Are you ready for this?
One of the top 8 teams.
The Lions have been at home for like 3 weeks.
I know.
Sleeping.
42-6.
Wow.
Okay, Bob, who you got?
I've got the Rams 24-21. Rams can put up points, but they haven't been putting up a lot of points. So that's why I'm kind of going with a little bit lower on the points.
If I get this one, it's going to be so fun. If I nail this one, it's going to be so fun. But I'm sad. I will be sad for Derek a little bit. But he's not a real diehard fan. I felt bad for Bob because I think Bob really actually loves the Bears.
I do.
Okay.
But there's nothing
I
you can
love
do.
the Cowboys too, but I'm not going to let it
ruin.
You said
you're casual.
But it doesn't mean I don't love them. Okay. I love it, but I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I can enjoy the victory, but I'm not gonna let it ruin my week.
Okay. Well, I'll feel sort of bad then when they lose 42-6. Okay.
That is
Sunday.
Not gonna happen.
Sunday game.
12:05 Chargers at New England. 47.5 is the over/under, which is definitely going to change. New England is favored by 4 points.
Oh, okay. You want me to pick first on this one since I haven't done it yet?
Sure.
I'll go with New England. I'm going to do it, even though I don't think they'll win. I'm going to pick them anyway. New England, and it's going to be a tight one. This one's going to be 24-21.
How about you, Derek?
Oh man, I think for me this is the toughie. This is one of the toughies. They're all pretty tough.
They are.
They actually.
This is the hardest one out of all of them, I think.
I think this one and the next one are going to be kind of tough to call for me, because the Chargers are the 5th seed is kind of unfair for them just because they're second place in that division.
Yeah.
Against the Chiefs. They went into a hostile Baltimore crowd last week and won.
And
they're going to go into a hostile New England crowd.
Yeah.
And they are going to...
It sounds like the Simpsons when Homer calls the betting line and the guy goes, in the game of, and you pay by the minute.
Oh.
I feel like you're stretching this out. Who's going to win?
I'm trying to decide. It's going to be the Chargers.
Oh!
28-27.
28-27.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
You picked them. It's too late. You can't change your mind now. Bob, who you got?
I've got the Chargers, 27-17.
Ooh. Man, everybody hating on the Patriots. Wow.
I think Tom Brady's the best quarterback there's ever been in the NFL. I think him and Belichick make a great combination, probably the best combination in history.
Yeah.
I just think the Chargers are on fire.
Okay.
And they're going to take charge.
All right, here we go. This is for this one's going to be big right here. We got the Saints taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep. So Eagles at Saints, over-unders 51 points. New Orleans is favored currently by 8 points. Remember, these lines change all the time.
Yeah. All right. Derek, I was going to go to you first, but then you'll have that thing where you talk a long time while you're thinking about who you want to win. Oh, hold on. Dang it.
Scott's going on like sports book and stuff for his picks.
No, I'm looking at something. I think I hit a button and stopped the show and then restarted it, which would really suck. Oh my gosh. Time out. No, we're good. Okay. That would have really sucked. All right. I'm going to pick the Saints all day on this one. I know Philly. I'm probably going to get hammered on these, by the way. I'm saying the Saints are going to win, and this one's not going to be close either. I think this is going to be 31-17. The Saints. That's what I got. Bob, what you think?
I've got New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the Saints. 28-13 beating up on Philly.
All right, Derek, this is it, man. Are you agreeing with us, or are you going the opposite direction?
Here's my hot take.
Hot take. Derek's hot take.
Right, here we go.
Hot take.
Listen, I would love, actually, for the Eagles to win this game. I think it would be great because if Dallas wins in L.A., which they're going to, if they win, they can host the Eagles.
That would be a great NFC Championship game.
That would be a very fun matchup, and I could get to watch the Dallas Cowboys roll over the Eagles on the way to the Super Bowl, ending Nick Foles' legendary run. But I think that's probably not going to happen, even though we've been saying that every game for Nick Foles. Every game we're like, oh, it's not going to happen. They're underdogs. He's going to lose. And he finds a way to win. It's going to come to an end this Sunday when they go to New Orleans because the Saints are going to win the game 33-17.
Dang.
It took a long time for you to tell us that, but it was fun.
I was building tension.
You definitely were building some tension. All right.
And stretching the show a little bit. You're welcome.
We didn't need to stretch the show, but you did a good job of stretching the show. I thank you for that. So this is funny. We should go back. I wish we would have remembered what we said on the previous show because we went all the way to the Super Bowl and said who was going to win the Super Bowl. I bet you we changed our minds.
I totally forgot those picks.
Yeah, I bet you we totally changed them.
I still got the Saints winning the Super Bowl.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think it ended up being New England versus the Saints in our last time. So that'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Anyway, all right. Hey, do us a favor. Say this really quick on the way out here. unless I already said it, I don't remember. Go to Pneuma Coffee, PNEUMA coffee.com. Put in that coupon code HWT for 20% off. It helps Chris and it helps the show. So do us that favor. If you like coffee, get some good coffee. Make sure that you always have fresh pot, because everybody wants a fresh pot. So go to pneumacoffee.com, put in the coupon code HWT, and we will be back to talk with you soon. In fact, we'll be back on Wednesday.